2, 1, Parkrun!
And we're off. Welcome to Mauerweg Parkrun on the southern border of Berlin. Today, it's simple. Keep it steady. Recent parkruns have been all over the place, with pace graphs looking more like the Nike logo than anything a decent runner should be delivering. So today, we're looking for 350s across the board. Nothing more, nothing less. Straight off, I sit in behind Ian in the salmon t-shirt and Lucas in the white. I'm not sticking strictly to 350 yet. You can see me start to ease off a little bit. I think Ian in front is looking at his watch too. He's just coming back from a fractured foot a couple of months ago, so maybe he's gone off a little bit too hot himself. Looking down at my watch, I realise I've got to let these boys go. They're either on a different level to me today or are implementing my favoured technique of go hard or go home. Either way, we'll find out later. But I've got to race my race and see what happens. Right now, I'm sitting at the pace I want to be doing, but having people come past me is not something I particularly enjoy, to be honest. I've just got to be confident that I can keep this pace, because 350 is a pace I should be able to hold for the whole run. A month ago, I did 18:30 on a similar course. Actually, let's talk about this course as I drop back into 5th on the path. The course is a deceptive one. Whilst almost 4.5k of it is spent on 2 straights, this course throws 3 complete U-turns into the mix, which means the return of the Japanese U-turn. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more successful than my last attempt. And you can see that pack in front already starting to pull away. I look down at my watch again for reassurance that I'm in the right ballpark. I think it was showing around 355. So I want to give a little injection of speed just to get back towards 350, as we have the now customary check that the camera is recording. Now my pace is suddenly dropping over 4 minutes per kilometre. I'm not really sure what's happening here. I think not having that group right in front of me pulling me forwards has lulled me into easing off the gas. I need to make sure I pick it up. But as I say that, we come into our first kilometre in 3:49. So 1 second off my target. Maybe not perfectly paced throughout the kilometre, but can't complain too much. Now that I've got a bit of space, I'm going to throw in a Japanese U-turn. For those of you who are new to it, it's where you spin right to turn left, or vice versa. I do now feel it's faster. I certainly feel like I've caught up with Ian and the bloke in the blue a little bit, but I'm not sure there's much research out there into the efficiency of the turning technique. Mauerweg is actually the home of the largest parkrun event in Germany, which happened back on October the 3rd, 2025, where we saw over 850 parkrunners. That being said, Tempelhoferfeld, the new parkrun which I've mentioned before, is hoping to beat that record on marathon weekend in September. Definitely put that in your diaries and keep an eye on their social media. And whether you can make it or not, be sure to subscribe so you can check out the video of the event when I run it. 1500 meters in, and the bloke in blue seems to be dropping back towards me a little bit. I'm pleased with that, although Lucas and the other runner out in front have managed to make a gap. As I get onto the shoulder of the bloke in blue, the path starts to kick up ever so slightly. It's only about 1 or 2%, but just enough to make it difficult. I decide to kick past him, but he joins me and holds onto my heels. Not literally. Coming through the second kilometre is a 3:58. I'm clearly a little bit delusional. I thought I was moving faster. I just need to pick up the pace, although my heart rate is in the 170s. This is not going to be fun. I thought 350 would be straightforward and that I might even kick towards the end, but that may now not happen. We spring around this corner, focusing on the photographer. I can see Ian still holding on just behind us with the bloke in blue tight on my shoulder. We're taking as straight a line as possible through the only curves on the course, but I'm fully aware that this is a popular route for cyclists too, so I want to make sure I leave them space to pass. As the name suggests to any German speaker watching, this route is along the footprint of the former Berlin Wall. I think it's beautiful that what used to be known as the Death Strip is now a place of unity, where people of all ages and backgrounds come together to enjoy the countryside. The full loop around the old wall is 160 kilometers, and you can check out a video of my cycle ride around it, linked above. And if cycling isn't your thing, once a year there's a running race around the entire route. I think I'll stick to 5k parkruns for now. Lucas has already pulled ahead into first on the course. It's going to be a push for me to catch up with the second runner, but not impossible as we come up to halfway. I whip out another Japanese U-turn. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I really enjoy these out and back sections because you get to see everyone else. There goes the first 2 female parkrunners, and it's looking like a good battle. Just over halfway, and my heart rate is into the high 170s. This is getting uncomfortable. My excuse is that I've just got back into Hyrox training for a competition at the end of the month and my legs are in absolute bits. But in reality, I've just been neglecting any speed work as I was preparing for the Hermanslauf, a 31k trail race. The video's linked above. I can see second just passing the corner now. I'll have both him and Lucas in my sights in a moment. That's a fair distance. I don't know if I'm going to make it with 2 kilometers left, but we come through the 3rd kilometer in a 3:51. At least I'm back on the pace I wanted. I'm locked in now. How do I know? Because I'm yet to look back. I don't mind if someone comes past me, whether I'm 3rd or 30th. I've fully accepted this is a challenge between me, myself and I. Although it is always nice to see a hard effort reflected in your finishing token. Halfway through the 4th kilometer, the pace is dropping back down towards 4 minutes per kilometer. I'm struggling, but I need to focus on the pacing and avoid that 4th kilometer slump. I get some encouragement from a cyclist, not even part of Parkrun, just a local out for a ride, which I think I appreciate even more. As you head towards the final U-turn and my final Japanese U-turn, the first 2 are comfortable in their positions. Lucas has first finisher wrapped up. For me, this is about my pacing and currently it's not looking good. I take the final turn. No slips, no mishaps, but I have 2 people hot on my tail. I cannot slack off. 4th kilometer was a 3:59. That's 9 seconds too slow. I'm going to need some serious pace in this final kilometer to bring it home. I've got so little energy. My heart rate is hitting 180. I mumble some words of encouragement to the others, but it's mostly just me giving a thumbs up as I wheeze past. 600 meters to go. This could still be turned around. Maybe not the 350 average I wanted, but the final kilometer won't be as dismal as some of the others. 400 meters to go and I've boarded the pain train. It's just 1 lap of an athletics track. Surely I can bury myself for that. I want to see the pace graph closer to 3:30, but it's slipping back towards 4 minutes. Actually, I've just spotted someone behind me, just close enough to keep me honest and make sure I'm pushing 100%. Final bend, 200 meters to go. I look back over my shoulder and I'm definitely being caught. I'm gonna have to kick. I really need to drive to the line. Arms pumping, heart rate clicks into the 180s. The pace is below, 3:30, 3:20, 3:17. Keep on going. And stop the watch. That was tough. Right. Official finishing time, 19:18. I really appreciate that fella behind me pushing me over the line. He genuinely saved me a few seconds. Final kilometer was a 3:46, so pretty close to the goal. But the consistency, we need to see that pace graph smoother next time. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, we'll be back at another parkrun soon. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a like, and I'll catch you all in the next one.